Radiant team ban. Dire team ban.
No.
Radiant team ban. Dire team ban.
And it's
Radiant team ban. Radiant team ban. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Dire team ban.
Seen that one coming.
Radiant team pick. Dire team pick.
Mars!
Yeah.
Dire team pick.
Yeah, the Death Prophet was super high priority yesterday, but Ehome just opening up with a Grimstroke
Radiant team.
and the Pangolier. Actually, a lot of really nice heroes making it through into the pool here.
always want to be able to. Other obviously grip trick. And go in.
Yep.
10 seconds remaining.
And go. Swashbuckles in. Suddenly you've got a.
5
Does have to be
seconds
noted as well,
remaining.
though. One damn fast before the stream was able to come online, right? So
Yeah, we were unfortunately having some issues getting the stream live, but you didn't miss too much. Innocence
Well, it was
and
fun.
it was fun. Yeah. But yeah, so Innocence and DUI were just like, all right, screw it. We don't actually want to play this ogre 1v1, so they just met in the river, no items, no abilities, and just auto attacked each other until one of them died. And DUI won that. He got the RNG on his side. He rolled high on more hits and did win with like 20 or 30 HP remaining. So,
and with that Vici show,
yep.
that by going to be able to round out this draft with think another mid lane.
Yeah, that is probably the most likely approach here. So we've got Ursa being banned out.
10 seconds
Definitely
remaining.
decent against the Phoenix and also kind of nice against the Mars, so no big surprise to see that removed. Ehome feeling like they maybe don't have the control for a Morphling just yet, so going to be getting rid of that. And the Phoenix is a hero that I have seen, like, there are some games where the Phoenix just looks amazing and you completely own team fights and like the Sunray looks ridiculous. And I also see other games where Phoenix just like never gets a successful egg off even once. It's including eggs where like it just stops the fight, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
But they've got the Mars to help protect it a little bit, so we'll just have to see how it does this game.
Now I know you hate it, but this style of draft on the Pango solid mid laner
10 seconds remaining.
and out just yet, and it's not either. Again,
5 seconds remaining.
I don't mind Clinks, I just don't like support Clinks.
that's where they normally play.
Okay, yeah, I guess that's the problem. Yeah, Jinkyu is also one of those people that likes to play the slightly weirder position for us. So, Yeah, it really hasn't been working out for poor old Felix. Anyway, so yeah, Ehome get a pretty late Death Prophet grab here. The Shadow Demon is nice in the sense that, you know, you're going to... A lot of the defensive items that heroes like a Death Prophet is going to buy are just straight up countered by the Purge. You know, the Yules is not going to help you. Even something like, you know, a Ghost Scepter, if you're up against big physical damage, that's not going to help either. And Ehome do just end up going for a Mirana. So it looks like it is just going to be kind of position 3 Pango, 4 Mirana, 5 Grimstroke, and then saving that last pick for the safe lane, in fact. See what Sylar ends up wanting to play. What looks good to you here? I think like Slark maybe looks alright.
Slark's fine. It's not a down, so it's always Mars.
I do worry a little bit for Ehome in that they don't have a ton of frontline. Like I was saying, it's not going to be easy for Death Prophet to get this, you know, these little bits of like random free survivability just by buying a Yules and that kind of thing. And Pango is not really a frontline hero. You can build him to frontline a little bit more, especially from 3, but you don't really want to be just sitting in the front tanking spells. So that could be a little bit of a cause for concern, but you know, overall their cores so far are still relatively tanky, so maybe they'll be okay.
Against speech, actually.
Radiant team pick.
From NA Dota. No clarity whatsoever.
We have a recent.
Right. We'll claim. Anyway, so yeah, I think the Luna can be alright. Luna Shadow Demon, of course, kind of a classic combo, but not nearly as strong as it once was.
10 seconds remaining.
Luna kind of an interesting hero now with some of the changes. I've seen all kinds of different builds. The Dominator Rush seems to be pretty popular, so that's a little bit of a throwback. I believe I've even seen Sumail by Necrobook on this hero, so I don't know if that's on the cards here, but it does bring a lot of burst and some really nice laning to the table, and I think that's the main thing for Vici here. They're just probably looking to play quite active, quite aggressive. That's definitely what their lineup is saying to me right now.
How are they going to
10 seconds remaining.
never want to really
5 seconds remaining.
that eclipse DP space.
Yeah. Yeah, the Eclipse looks really valued this game. There isn't like there aren't even the best stuns necessarily from Ehome to just like stun the Luna and run away, right? If the Luna gets up in your face, that's going to be kind of scary. So I don't know what Ehome go for.
Choose your hero.
They do just grab a TA as the last grab. Interesting. So yeah, Sylar is playing.
Can
Yeah, for sure. It doesn't look like the easiest TA game, though, to me. Like, the two supports on Vici are both, I would say, quite good against TA. Like, the disruption is annoying. As soon as you pop out the illusions, you're just going to destroy your refraction. You're going to get kited around a little bit by the demonic purge, potentially. And then, of course, Phoenix has tons of damage instances and a way to stop you auto-attacking people. So, all of that's pretty tough. Faith Beyond's been an absolute monster these last couple of days, so I feel like we're looking for his game on the Pangolier, but I'm surprised that TA is like the last grab. It was not kind of the like 1v5 hero that I was expecting to see.
Fight that though.
You know what? I like Vici's draft a little bit more. I like the way that they can kind of play around their ultimates and.
Prepare
That
for
does
battle.
not look good. So this whole mess is all
Yep.
your fault?
Yeah, I like their draft here. I worry for Ehome with these two like relatively squishy cores and no saving supports. So I just think every fight is going to start with Sylar or Nothing to Say kind of getting popped. Unless, of course, we continue to see what we've been seeing from Ehome, where their supports just completely dominate the vision game, and every single one of their fights kind of starts on their terms. But I definitely like the Vici team fight way more than what...
On top of the
30 seconds to battle.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll just have to see how this Death Prophet does in lane against the Mars. Should be alright for Sylar. I mean, you are going to get pushed around a little bit by the spear, so I can't imagine that you have too much kill threat, but might still be annoying for Mars to lane against.
like it's
The
Yeah.
battle
up against that.
begins.
Yeah, interesting that they're not trying to cover the angle from bottom at all. So they're seemingly not that worried about the, you know, any kind of rotation potential coming in from the Mirana, or at least maybe DY is just going to be keeping tabs on the Mirana's position.
Yeah. They coming for. I just said.
And ooh, Nothing to Say already getting a little bit low here at mid. Maybe not getting as much side blade harassment as he was hoping initially. Some nice movement from Ori to kind of dodge it out. Innocent's getting chased around by PYW. Kind of hard to fight up against him. Bottom. Lane equilibrium. Does seem to be staying roughly in place. Not bouncing off the tower or anything. So pretty nice for Vici to kind of hold it here if they can. Refraction Salve comes out at mid, so Nothing to Say getting all the way back to full HP. Ori does have a double salve ready to go, so he really wants to keep the pressure on early here, but does need to back up a little bit to pop the salve now. So might miss a CS or two for that.
It's a good give, yeah, obviously. Ranged heroes. Big hit by Sylar.
Yeah, and they do crack the level 2 on the Grimstroke as well, but couldn't quite keep the pursuit going. Maybe if they'd had one more Spirit Siphon, they could have tried for something there, but not to be.
Say. Up to left. Hits here.
Yeah, a bit of a battle in the river, or he does just go for full blink away. Yang getting gone on, double nukes, few more auto attacks, PYW trying to hold them back. Yang does have a salve passed over to him from PYW, so that's going to be okay. Down bottom, the Mirana has been getting a ton of auto attacks down, putting a ton of pressure on the Luna, who doesn't have a salve to work with. Q maybe just gonna go after a big creep or something here. Who he opts for. Still mid lane, lots of battling. Another salve at the ready for Ori. Pops that now. A little bit low on mana. Does drop his items and just quickly mango up a little bit.
Bad for nothing. She charges one. Health, but
this is one of these lanes where the supports are glad that everybody has their own courier now, because this is definitely one of these matchups where there would be just no time for anyone else to use the courier whatsoever. Every little bit of regen is getting pumped into this lane to try and get a bit of an edge. You're just chasing here. Xinkyu is going to be able to just salve himself back up. Faith Beyond already picking up the bottle. Does have 2 more sips, so just continuing to poke and prod. And Vici, they fared a little bit more regen down here. Faith Beyond making an aggressive go. They do get the slow onto the Shadow Demon. Leap forward. DY going to disrupt himself, but I don't know what's waiting for him on the other side. Here comes the Starstorm, and that's just the first blood. Eurus does manage to walk back to the tower, but this Ehome dual lane working out fantastically so far.
Regeneration.
play to be able to get that level up.
Yeah, and especially if they're able to keep the the mana sustain going. Faith Beyond could even just consider passing the bottle off to the Mirana, and she can go grab one or both of the bounties and come back to the lane. What's going on? Nothing to say, is just farming a little neutral camp quickly. Yang's quite low at top. They still got a little bit of regen among them here. Sylar also a little bit low on life. They're chasing after Xinkyu. Okay, big battle for the 5-minute bounties, and I'm just gonna let them have one here. Faith Beyond does come over and grab the other. And on the top side, PYW grabbing one so far. Yang getting gone on a little bit, gonna try for the TP out. This Inkswell not gonna pop in time. And he does make it all the way back to the fountain. We'll have to make the long walk out as Vici rotating everybody towards the mid lane for a second here. Gonna maybe rotate around the catapult.
They should know exactly where up.
Yeah, diving through, but does have the refraction available, so shouldn't be brought down. Xinkyu coming in with the TP. Innocence also coming in with the TP. Didn't even have any mana on this Grimstroke, but I think symbolic more than anything to try and drive them back. They're still hanging around here on quite low HP. The Queen of Pain doesn't have the point in the Sonic Wave. Innocence goes walking forward, just hoping to contest the Ronin. Will just instantly be brought down. POW still in the neighborhood, and I think Ori could have probably taken that kill solo.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Even without the little bit of extra help.
3 handsome rows.
A lot of contest for these runes, and now Ehome just gonna head back to the bottom lane.
Good night. Level is you.
Yep.
Worthy tribute.
I really want to keep my eyes peeled on what he does with the Dominator here. Like, is he gonna stack a little bit? Is he gonna be farming a lane while he's also farming the jungle? I really think that there's a lot of plays that you could make with this item, but it's just kind of up to the imagination of the individual player what they're gonna try and do with it. Or maybe he'll even try and like get a troll and go ganking a little bit. We'll have to see.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Ori making the rotation top with the catapult still alive. Just looking for this tier 1 tower, and Ehome not really responding in kind just yet. Innocence does walk his way all the way down to bottom, but I don't know. Can they actually? Can they take this?
Value.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Times. Means not moving quickly.
Dire's top tower has fallen.
Base of
Radiant's
action.
courier has been killed.
Oh, nice. Nice 300 gold for the team there. And I don't know if there was anything actually on that courier, but
It was
oh, okay. Well, yeah, that sucks. And now gonna have to wait a little bit before getting the rest of the Dominator out, but it's still gonna take a little while to farm it. Sylar chasing after Yang at top, but he's gonna be fine. And Ori actually kind of thinking about running back up here, but this is all under the cover of a dire Observeroid, so they know where the Queen of Pain is rotating, and they're able to make the appropriate plays.
There's like he jumped on.
POW does just get the dive away.
Radiant's middle
It's gonna be
tower is
okay,
under
but only
attack.
just barely. Man, Ori very insistent on recapturing this outpost. They've got some very deep wards over here, but let's see if they can back this up with some actual manpower. Yang does have the ultimate available now. He's got a couple of mangoes to ensure it as well. What are they going to go for? They see that Jinkyu's rotated up here. Got a couple of leaps. The spear does catch him, and with that scream, they bring him down before he can even get the leap off. So, all right, they are putting their money where their mouth is, or at least putting their heroes where their observer wards are. Kind of camping the TA out of the jungle currently.
Silo, he's
That's mine too.
Faith Beyond's up here, just gonna go straight in for the Rolling Thunder, but can he find anybody? QOW driving away. They're gonna go for Yang as the target instead. He does just gonna look for the kill on the Sylar. He's a little bit too tanky with the stick charges. He does pop the Exorcism and one more nuke. Does bring down Yang, so ends up being a little bit of an ulti trade, but only Ehome getting a kill out of it. Over in the outpost battle, Innocence did actually manage to capture it at the last second, so... Or, yeah, so got some experience back for his team, but does pay for it with his life.
value though.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, he gave away 222, but he denied... well, he didn't deny anything from them, but yeah, gaining his team 150 each. Pretty big deal.
You are
Yep. Okay, so Eurus so far just has the Dark Troll Summoner. I do think, you know, if he wanted to, he could send that over here and get a stack on the Ancients, but is it going to be fast enough? What's he doing? Okay, not the plan. Just going to leave the Troll. Yeah, he's TPing up top. And I think if you're going to buy this Dominator, you really got to try and get some value out of it. They're going for Sylar here. Spear going to connect, and they've still got the Supernova right on top of him. Yang grabs that kill. He contributed. I don't know if he was really all that necessary up there. And Ehome making a 4-man rotation now. Nothing to say. Hasn't picked up an item just yet. No Deso, no Blink. But they are trying to get the TA a little bit more involved as I think they really want this bottom tier 1 tower and a little bit of control over the Radiant jungle. Pretty nice that they're bringing the TA in here. Gonna take this Ancient stack away from the Vici side.
I'm tower, but top sides.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Yeah, to me it seemed like a clear opportunity to try and push bot, but instead it seems like Ehome content to just stay with the status quo. They're going to be a little bit behind. Here comes the arena up top. Silo does get the one drain off, so surviving a little bit longer, but the Eclipse is going to make this difficult. Faith Beyond trying to punish with the Rolling Thunder. Moonlight Shadow also coming out, but this is a pretty tanky Luna. He finds Yang inside of the trees. He hasn't tried for the TP out just yet. And Dark Troll looking for another net. Does drop it down into the Pangoloo. That's going to help keep Yang alive. They still get the 2 men stunned, but now PYW also arriving on the scene. Faithbeyond doesn't have a whole lot of damage left. Yang just barely sidesteps that arrow. And that's going to be the only teamfight contribution from Jin Q, as Innocent still getting chased down. Doesn't even have a TP scroll available, so he's just got to keep on running for now. Well, another nice fight for Vici.
Just to...
It doesn't know where anything is, unless he's got the creeps really timed well. Ooh, this is getting stressful. Oh no. Okay, pops out now. PYW spots him. Immediate dive through. Yang with the spear. Well, he evaded death for a little bit, but not long enough. And, well, Ehome, what are they doing? I mean, Sylar doesn't really have a whole lot of net worth going for himself. The TA is doing alright, but yeah, they're doing their best.
Now the thing is, and waiting for the...
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
They really don't have anybody that's in like great fighting shape currently, and this is kind of a problem with their supports a little bit as well. Sylar getting chased, does get off a nice silence, but is that going to be enough to keep him alive here? No. Arrow comes in, does connect onto DY, but he's not in any danger whatsoever. Vici team just standing strong, gonna muscle down this tier 1 tower with the help of their new Alpha Wolf pet. And Faithbeyond kind of walking over. Everybody feeling like they need just a little bit more survivability. He's going for a hood. Sylar's going for a hood. They do catch out PYW on this hill here. Bring him down.
Yes, a reveal.
Shadows take us.
Well, with this...
Just gonna grab this kill. Pretty big rotation. They leave the Templar Assassin down by the tier 1 tower, so nothing to say, just looking to finish that one up. The Glyph is gonna buy them a couple more seconds. Or we're just straight rushing the Orchid this game. So pretty squishy build, but does put a lot of pressure on these heroes on the side of Ehome. Pretty much all of them very vulnerable to Queen of Pain ganks early on. No one's gonna have anything built up to deal with it.
Radiant structures are fortified. Dire's top tower is under attack.
The Alpha Wolf.
I like the way that they're creating opportunities with their ultimates, right? Like Yang has found a couple of good uses of the arena. We've had a good use of the Eclipse already. Even that, you know, the supernova that they used to find the kill on the Death Prophet at top was pretty nice. They haven't necessarily been big team fights, but it has kind of given them this little bit, well, very, very slight lead. Looking at the metrics, you do have to say that Ehome's still hanging in here, hardly any net worth, hardly any experience, and really just continuing to kind of farm towards their timings. But some slightly worrying levels in a few of their heroes, like Sylar only level 9. They do get the silence into Faithbeyond. Yang not gonna keep on running forward. I think he's got his Blink Dagger getting delivered in just a second, so.
So important to have the keep playing just to make...
Radiant's middle tower is under
trouble
attack.
you've got them.
They've got a nice ward behind the tower, but the sentry comes down and they do manage to deal with it pretty quickly. They are going to get the jump on the Templar Assassin. They want nothing to save first. Sonic Wave misses completely. Oh no, Ori is still going to get the kill anyway. That's still looking pretty good with the Eclipse. Euro's doing the damage. 3 dead so far. DY, the only casualty. Jin-Q hoping for the kill on the Phoenix, but the Supernova keeps him alive. And even with the whiff, Vici still cleaning up that fight. No problem whatsoever. Huge damage from the Quap and the Luna that fight.
Eclipse just
Okay.
real traded team. I like that, you would hope.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
That initial go. Can't get the full effect. Silence as well coming out.
They don't have any ways to save their big damage dealers currently. That's whoever gets jumped and speared is just guaranteed death, at least until maybe some BKBs come out. But with that, Vici starting to get a pretty good lead going.
Hype rather than survivability.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Buckle, but stealth, you know. Haven't felt the impact at all.
Yeah, there really has not been a whole lot happening with this. Same with Death Prophet and Yang on the hunt. Spear backwards doesn't land onto the tree though. They're still looking for this kill on the Sylar. He's being purged up. He's going to take some decent damage. POW diving through. Faith Beyond thinking about the Rolling Thunder for a little bit. They got to be careful around this choke point. He doesn't find the right way up the stairs, and just going to end up being a bit of a wasted ultimate. Nothing to say. Blink Dagger cooling down for 2 seconds. And, alright, Vici just kind of resetting. They do scan up on the high ground, but no vision, so can't really go for the choke point. And nothing to say, does just backlane a little bit. Ori at bottom, catching out Innocence, just trying to keep the waves pushed.
Radiant structures are fortified.
Faith Beyond also going to have to be careful. That Orchid is already back off cooldown. So the team pushes mid, and Queen of Pain deals with what's happening elsewhere. Jin-Q does get the leap away. Surviving against the Arena of Blood, and Sylar also just trying to push out top lane quickly. Ehome not interested in taking a fight. I think they really need the level 2 Exorcism on the Death Prophet, and probably the BKB on the TA as well, before they can truly take a fight.
Shadows, take us.
That's it.
Okay, so they go bot, they Moonlight Shadow, but they still, their path takes them over towards mid. Eurus is not the target that you want to go for. He's got the Aegis. His team's going to be able to get in the position to defend him. Of course, the Arena of Blood is on cooldown for a little bit. Jin-Q kind of low on leaps. Does get the second one out as Yang comes in here looking for him. But with the beam and a few more nukes, he gets brought down. The US Courier dies elsewhere as Ehome doing a good job of just cutting waves, buying a little bit more time. But a little bit worrying. This pop's pretty big. The Luna's gonna have a BKB before too long. A lot of faith being put in this Nothing to Say Templar Assassin being able to carry them once they have the BKB. Silence onto Ori. This could actually just be a quick kill. Very nice coordination there from Ehome. And they will punish the pretty aggro build on the Quap.
Actually, yeah, how does the Phantom's Embrace work with Mars Ultimate? I know if you put up a Disruptor Kinetic, it actually stops the Phantom from catching onto the...
Right. I am not sure. That's a good question. Work in
similar ways.
Yeah. I guess it depends on the way that the Mars Arena prevents you from entering. Like, if it's kind of like terrain, or if it's kind of like, because the weird thing about kinetic field is that it like sets your move speed to 0 when you try and pass through it, which creates all those weird remnant interactions, right? Like if you're Ember standing on the edge of the kinetic field, you can't throw a remnant anywhere because the remnant gets set to 0 move speed. Mars also dead now, man. Ehome really kings of the Radiant jungle for the last little bit. Sylar kind of getting caught out outside of the base. Euro's running forward. They do have the Eclipse. Just going to bomb it out now. Ori jumping into the front line to get the silence out of the Pangolier. Faith Beyond trying to help a friend. And, well, he's just going to die with him. Vici still have some pretty potent team fight when they're all together. So, got to show some respect to the Luna.
And everything that they can to delay out this game, you know, that tier 2 tower, it still hasn't taken any damage on the bottom side, and mid lane, just opening up more of the jungle makes that tri-camp area much more risky prospect.
Oh man, are they
To accomplish here with this moon though.
Yeah, I mean they do have a BKB on the Templar Assassin, but I'm not sure if I think this is going to be able to 1v5. How much longer on Roshan? 24 seconds on this Aegis. So that could be a little bit of a timing for Ehome. You know, Aegis gets reclaimed, TA just blinks on top of the Luna, and tries to focus her down at that point. Luna does have some pretty good armor going, though, so it might take a surprisingly long time to just auto-attack her down. We'll have to see. Do have a Yules on the Mirana as well.
And we've got another smoke coming out here from E2, so they're going to try getting this back snub off. They've timed it to perfection with the Aegis expiring now, just hoping that maybe catch out this Luna. They're going to be able to spot her out, but really great positioning here from DY to tank it up.
Yeah, DY tanks the gank. That's going to let the Luna get back. Fierce just running for it, working towards the Manta. Klopp already looking to maybe cut a little wave over here, or quite close to the Shivas. So also going to be a nice pickup for him. They're going for a double halberd. POW going to get caught out here by the arrow. They've got a silence to follow it up as well. They don't even need it. They've also got the clumsy net, and that is the end of him. So Vici feeding away a couple of crucial pickoffs in the last couple of minutes, and that is giving Ehome some much needed gold and some much needed levels. Gonna get themselves back in this game. Silo now level 13, working towards the BKB.
20 on nothing to say, you know, he's done a lot of these creep cuts, he's taken a lot of ancients and up on levels, and he's going to go for that Meldarm reduction. So get enough silences off on, for example, this Phoenix. He's just...
I'm wondering when Ehome are going, like, if ever, if they're going to try and force anything here. I guess they can just wait for this BKB on Sylar. Watching him die in the last couple of fights to Eclipse, he's probably making the call that he doesn't want to fight pre-BKB. But I guess the TA still has some room to scale as well. Picked up the Crystalist now. Full Daedalus would be a pretty big grab. And of course that level 25, that's going to take at least a few more minutes to grab that.
It's another one of those games as well. Talked about it in the series that we've, you know, a Yule step to right for Sylar to jab a lot of this to extend the survivability and get the siphons himself up in the air, but much that say catch you out.
Yeah, and you're playing against Shadow Demon, so you could potentially just not, you could get a 0-second Yules as well. Pretty nasty. So, well, with that, Vici pushing the top lane with their Luna.
Yeah, he's gone.
Oh, Sylar, gotta be careful. Yang just gonna spear him out. They don't have a stun for it, but they don't even need it. There's just too much burst damage. Sylar leaving the base for even a fraction of a second, and he gets brought down. And they do have this halberd on Yang as well. He's just tanking up the tower shots here. Nice use of the bulwark. Do not see it enough. I know that you're also a like, why don't people use the active more kind of guy.
I love it. Yeah. Faith he's doing a good job. He's keeping this wave pushed out as well, so they don't stay here for too long.
Another nice catch from Yang. Another spear, another kill. They do end up losing the poor old Alpha Wolf. The family pet is dead, but well, so is the mid lane of Rax for Ehome. And Vici just gonna keep on trucking. Ehome, are you going to come back and defend? Alright, so nothing to say is now here. They need so much value out of this Templar Assassin this fight. He needs to be careful not to get the blink cancel. The Wind Illusions are looking for it. Ori jumps forward aggressively. Just wants this quick kill on the Innocent. He does get stunned up, though. The Shiva's helping him out a little bit. Can he actually get out of here? He just walks through the arena. Faith Beyond still looking for him. Defensive destruction from DY. And nothing to say. Just can't do the damage. Eurus still large and in charge on the front lines. They are now calling for the retreat. Jinkyu manages to get the catch, but he does not have an arrow for follow-up. So they just walk away. In the back lines, Ori gets the double kill. This Orchid putting in a huge amount of work. And Sylar still wants to chase and force a little bit more. He's still got a little bit of exorcism duration left. Centaur, replacement for the Alpha Wolf they grabbed earlier. And Sylar got to be careful here, bud. A little bit too far forward, and Vici will make quick work of you as well. And Ehome have had enough. GG called.
I was about to say, like, it kind of felt like all or nothing play there by the DG at the end. You know, maybe you get one pick off, you at least got one team 15, but it was a 10k net worth lead. not too much you can.
And they threw all of the buybacks in that they had as well. So the situation was not really going to improve. Like, no one was going to hit any item timings anytime soon. The Death Prof, I guess we saw a little bit of why Vici just
5 seconds remaining. Radiant team
Like, what the hell are they talking about? And then he starts typing. Yeah. That's classic.
Dire team ban.
PG filter is back on.
Yep. I'm just gonna another sip. It should be in the fridge.
Oh, what sort?
I just got a chow time. It's a jasmine milk tea with grape jelly.
5 seconds remaining. Radiant team
What the hell are
ban.
they talking about? And
Radiant
then
team ban.
doing that as a deal. It's like
typing.
you get a large with one topping for $5.
Dire team ban. Dire team ban.
Anyway, that's
PG filter is back on.
Yep. I'm just gonna another sip. It should be in the fridge.
Oh, what sort?
Welcome back, everybody. It's a DPL-CDA. We've got more Ehome versus Vici gaming action for you. Game number 2. Base skipping down on once again, and we're going to see if there is anything different this time around. Vici sweeping the series, topping
breaking the undefeated streak so far from Ehome.
Dire team ban.
Anyway, it's all going to unravel.
PG
here.
filter is back on. Well, like we were saying before, Ehome, they've already got that first place kind of locked in. So
Welcome back, everybody.
this means a bit more to
It's
Vici gaming. They want to bump
DPL-CDA. We've got
themselves up
more
on the
Ehome
leaderboard
versus
and
Vici gaming.
not just try. Like we saw that game. It was doing absolutely everything that he can to delay it out. Hopefully get Sylar some farm. At least wait until he got a few more levels so he was able to take those team fights more effectively, but just didn't work out for him.
Yeah, I just think there has to be something said about the fact that sure there are stakes for these events, but also part of the point is to just have it. It's slightly more formal than a scrim, right? That's why it's a round robin and not an actual like bracket tournament.
Yeah.
Because
So you have to play everyone, right?
yeah, you have to play everybody. You have to try out some stuff. You have to figure out what works. Try and get better. I think because there are big
Dire team
international
ban.
tournaments for a little while, a lot of regions are focusing on okay, how do we develop our region a little bit more. So, man, Ehome just going back to some classics here. Just Revenge Beastmaster straight out of the gate. It's worked fantastically for them in the past. Faith Beyond is an absolute beast
10 seconds
on
remaining.
Beastmaster.
Dire team
See
pick.
if Vici have some answers to it here.
I mean, the Aura strat's already in play. I mean, they
Yeah.
could just go back for the Luna, to be honest.
Yeah, they could Luna. I could see like Dazzle coming in as a position one if they wanted to play ultra fast. But then there's still other ways to go. I guess the Dusa is already off the table. That's been banned by
10
Ehome
seconds remaining.
themselves. Death Prophet
5
is still an
seconds
option,
remaining.
but again, I feel like this Shadow Demon already from Vici is like, oh, do we really want to play Death Prophet if we're Ehome? We'll just have to see.
Yeah. I wonder if... Well, Troll kind of sucks here, right? Against the Shadow Demon. It's the similar sort of stuff as going up against an OD as the Troll, and that you're just going to get disrupted / astraled as soon as you pop that battle trance.
And with the Troll, I feel like it needs to like a perfect that hero to look good. Otherwise, he just has so many problems.
Yep.
The one redeeming factor is maybe how good his laning is, right? He is a big bull in lane, but mid to late game, I just feel like I often see. Anyway, so Vici just going for a Kunkka.
I like it. You know, you can, if you're going up against this real Deathfall style strategy, you can X marks yourself, you can run in and clear the wave, and, you know, swap's not really going to do all too much.
Yeah, it's a good early
10 seconds
as
remaining.
well, for sure. Probably not. Kunkka support is completely right. There's no world where Kunkka support is the thing.
I think 3 can still work, but yeah.
Yeah, I think 3 is okay, but you need the levels, right? Because the cooldown on X is the cooldown and the cast range on X are both so garbage now at low levels. Like,
yeah,
you just absolutely need to get everything pumped up. The days of getting like, you know, just going toward X and running around ganking people as position for Kunkka is long dead.
Oh yeah.
But okay, so Vici still have to grab some kind of a 4. What's on the table still? Like Phoenix counters, there's still Lena, there's still Snapfire. If they want more D-push against like, the Beastmaster, then maybe you're looking at a Wyvern or something here.
Yeah, I think Wyvern's a great pick. Yeah, that's just me saying it, but you're going to be going up against a Beastmaster, right? Like, he's going to have a lot of units. They're going to be attacking quickly already, and then suddenly you've given them the additional attack speed from the Winter's Curse. It's a pretty big deal. I mean, the swap's definitely going to be some good value, but yeah, I really highly value it, man. Just on to go back to the Kunkka. Remember back, I don't even know how many years ago it was, but it was like Misery that first did it, right? Position 4 Kunkka, where you went really greedy. You built something like an armlet so you could push out the waves.
Oh yeah.
Can you imagine how punished that would be these days, just with the speed that the game is going?
Yeah, there's no way. It's too brawly. You're gonna get run at. And Ehome, just going back to what looks like a very, I don't know if that first game was a little bit more experimental, but this is tried and tested
10 seconds remaining.
Ehome stuff.
Yeah.
And we've seen them
5
absolutely
seconds
annihilate games. This kind of a setup. So we'll just see if each are going to be able to fight them back. They do have the last overall pick, but I guess it's kind of for their safe lane, unless, and they could put the DK safe lane if they wanted. Maybe that's a tolerable matchup against the Beastmaster. At least you've got the Dragon's Blood to help you out a little bit.
I'm calling a Void Spirit for Ehome here to finish up the draft.
I'm totally down with that. I would definitely like a little bit more catch. I think that could come in a ton of different forms. I'm a little bit surprised to see the OD as the ban from Chi. I think that would have been a little bit. It doesn't necessarily fit Ehome's lineup to my mind. Like, also,
It's a lot more single target as well, right? Like, without the ultimate.
Yeah.
But
10 seconds remaining.
I just like, yes, it's a bit of a counter to Kunkka and the Dragon Knight, but
5
I
seconds
just don't
remaining.
think that that's the OD is the kind of lineup that Ehome are representing
Radiant
here.
team pick.
Like you're saying, I think the Void Spirit or even like a Puck or Quaswex Invoke, one of these mid heroes catch is more of the style here. They could even, I think they could get away with like a Storm if they wanted to, but I think they might
10
even want something a
seconds
little
remaining.
faster than that.
yeah, I think you do need to do especially more magic
seconds
damage
remaining.
straight up. Like, this Dragon Knight, he's going to be not paper, but Phoenix, of course, with that Sunray doing percentage-based damage, going to be really effective at it.
Yeah.
On him as the game wears on. Ursa as well, Fury Swipes, really good. Minus armor from the Vengeful Spirit, and yeah, if we go something like a Void Spirit, or I suppose the Storm, it's just able to tear through that Dragon's Blood with no worries.
Ultimately, this is going to come down to whatever Nothing to Say most wants to play situation. I think there's a ton of good options. It is interesting to me that like the Shadow Demon pick seems to be enough to just remove the Death Prophet kind of from the conversation, because I think if not for the Shadow Demon, I think anyone would easily pick Death Prophet here.
They could still even go the TA, to be honest, right? And then just
Yeah.
keep constantly running at Vici, force them to run into them to take these fights.
Yeah, that's true. Ooh, it's the Dazzle. Nice. All right.
We like it.
I'm about this life. Yeah.
So what, 18-minute game?
Yeah, I think that's it. Yeah, I don't really know if you're that well equipped to fight against this kind of stuff. I'm really just picturing Dragon Knight looking a
10
little bit
seconds remaining.
tanky, but just getting swarmed. Right? Like,
5
there's
seconds
Ursa's
remaining.
hitting him. He's getting, poison stacked up.
Choose your hero.
Vici rounding it out with a Terrorblade. Nah, alright, I'm all aboard the Ehome train.
You reckon?
Game. Yeah. Well, here's the thing. So I think the Terrorblade is like, it's supposed to be okay against the Beastmaster, but I have seen Faith against the Terrorblade just go a Soul Ring Axes build and actually just dumpster the Terrorblade. So
Just level up the Wild Axes just because it's magical now, and
yeah,
to be
So previously, Terrorblade would just laugh at you no matter what you did because you just had a million armor and both the boars and the axes didn't matter. But now Beastmaster actually kind of has like a decent nuke. Because it's magical. I think it was kind of a nerf to the hero overall, but in this specific matchup, it actually made it better.
Yeah.
So
maybe like Naga's Tyrant as well. It's alright against that too.
Yeah, that's true. That's another good example. But yeah, I don't know if this Terrorblade is the way here.
It sucks, right, for the Beastmaster. Like, it's great against so many things, but you've got this dilemma of abilities are great at this game for what you want to beat the TB in lane. You need to level the axes. You obviously want to harass people out with the boar, and then when you're going for this real death ball style of lineup, you need the inner beast aura. So I want to see if he's going into any sort of value points on the 2 is pretty good.
Yep.
Like, it's still 20 attack speed.
I don't think he needs the boar so much this game, just because they do have like other slows and stuff like that. So, but he does skill it up first here. So we'll see what he's up to.
I think
okay,
2 points in it would be good.
Yeah, well, you know, all of this theory crafting is a little bit out the window because they are just putting the Terrorblade mid. So, I don't know how long he's going to be mid, but they're really trying to get Eurosoft to a hot start. I suppose. Like, give him all the levels, let him go start hitting the jungle pretty quickly. Even trying to draw the first blood here with a smoke up, looking for something.
Positioning here by the Dazzle. I want to have a quick look at the vision that Vici Gaming have, because he's still holding on to that observer ward and could be spotted out when he goes to plant it.
30
I
seconds
don't know
to
what
go.
that says. Give me 1 second.
Yeah, go for it.
I will give you the PG-13 rated version.
Well,
Yes.
the PG-13, but also a very approximate Google translation.
The Ehome brothers take you in turn?
What the hell?
Battle begins.
All right.
That's PG, right?
Yep. All right, there you go. Faith Beyond. He's throwing it out there. They have actually. In the end, they've settled on the Kunkka in the safe lane. DK is just going to be in the off lane here. Well, we'll have to see how this goes. On the one hand, yeah, Terrorblade's going to get a bunch of levels mid and whatnot, but also you're up against mid Dazzle, so this guy's going to get a lot of levels. And this hero can really start to take over the game. And the biggest concern when you're playing against a core Dazzle is that if you can't kill the Dazzle, which they are not super well equipped to do, they don't have the best like jump and catch, you can't kill anyone else. That's like always the big problem that you're gonna run into.
He's doing a good job at harassing this mid lane already. You know, TB, when he pops that meta, he doesn't really have too much of an issue getting these lasts underneath the tower, but
he's got 0 CS so far, Dano.
I know, but like it just goes to show how well he's playing it.
Yeah, nothing to say. He's doing well. That's a pretty value Shadow Wave off there. Deny on range creep.
Like, he's playing this perfectly, nothing to say.
I mean, you can tell that nothing to say is a move. This is, again, something that we talked about during the 1v1s. Dota has got to the point where these mid players are so specialized in what they do, right? They're really, really good at these 1v1 matchups. So it's tough, even if you're like a really good carry player, to come up against these really good mids on their turf.
The attack animation on the Dazzle is just so value.
Dazzle's a sick hero.
Now he's level 3 and the harass is just going to continue.
Wave getting shoved all the way in. Nothing to say, using a lot of mana early on here, but should be able to just straight the bottle. What's happening down? Tyler a little bit low on regen. Innocence does have a salve for him. Looks like a little bit more regen coming out of the courier, along with an orb of venom. So I might be looking for an opportunity. The Verb does have his boots still over, so he's not going to be the easiest target. And yeah, also with the boots picked up now. So, dive through on top. Both of them do get the disruption out. Nice timing with the torrent. This is going to be some damage into Jinkyu, and he doesn't actually have the fire spirits. So Vici bringing him down. That will be first blood for the Kunkka. All right, nice.
Yeah, nicely done.
Radiant's bottom tower.
Mid lane still a little bit of a concern for Eurus, but he's bringing it back somewhat. Got the 10 CS.
Yeah, he's just trying to CS with the illusion while waiting out the poison top. But really getting up in his face. Disruption into the turret once again. Pitman taking some damage. Does have a decent charged up magic stick. Bottom for an opportunity. A little bit of harassment over on the PYW. Playing Ringer and Rosie in the tree line. So does not want to ditch the lane and tank all these creeps to try and run over and get some auto attacks down against these two boots throws. So just gonna keep on soaking it up under the tower.
It's looking rough for both of them, man. Innocence, he's in very, very deep on the unsafe side. And getting harassed down a little bit might affect his rotate through and start to be a presence around these mid power runes, which are about to spawn in 10 seconds. It looks like mid laners are going to be left to themselves this time around.
Yeah, a little bit surprising. Just with the second metamorphosis, just finding a little bit of farm. He's missing a bit uphill. Didn't want of this. Up top, Faith Beyond and Jink are both pretty low. These disruption torrent combos have been pretty nice for whittling away over on the Ehome heroes.
Well, we've got the boost delivered now onto Silos, so he does have some sort of catch potential. The 2 points in Fury Swipes and the Earthshock as well.
They do have to show some respect for this out here. It's going for a little pull, just a single pull. We've also got a side pull happening from Vici at the same time. They all throwing out these poison touches all the time for passing on the Terra Blade. Be nice to go and grab a bounty in a second if he could. Bottle's a little bit empty.
So it's pretty deep. They're getting harassed in onto these bot lanes, and
yeah. This is. Actually, Sylar wants to go in a little bit deeper. He is going to get lifted now. He's still got 10 charges, so I don't think he's dead. But good patience from POW, really holding on till the very last moment. Innocent still wants the bounty, but might lose his life for it. His POW just that little bit faster. Innocent's just gonna have to go for the deny instead. Is he dead for this? Yang with the Dragon Tail catches up. A few more auto attacks. That will be the end of Innocence. Sylar also low, continuing to farm the lane, but he's able to escape into the tree line.
Stick charges though, so has to be careful if he wants to move forward a little bit. Just gonna get that level 5. Back off, go towards the jungle. At least take up this catapult experience. It's wasting a little bit of time just standing up here though.
I think he's just waiting for us to come back right there. Here come the Mangoes and Sal to get Silo straight back into it. Trying for some multi-stacks here. Nice disruption. Just blocking it a little bit. He's blocked. Yeah, he's stuck. Alright, just has to TP out.
Good value there.
Did you get any of these stats? So there's one here. That's it.
Did he block with the actual Icarus dive on the Phoenix? The one that is next to with the Alpha Wolves in it?
Yeah, I think he kind of interrupted it a little. He may have flipped the edges on buffs. Still lots of to save. The tower only now starting to take a little bit of damage. You gotta make sure that they clean up the creep wave quickly, and they'll just catapult shortly after that.
I'm liking this.
Say just pain.
Yeah. Really nice heal coming through, making sure that the TB's not able to just clean up after the 3 tower hits. Every little bit of net worth that you can deny away from the TBs. I'll win for yourself. He's got an 800 net worth right now. And taking up a little bit of Ori as well. Well, he's moving real slow.
You guys get here. Does have the X boat coming through and a little bit of extra survivability there. Still getting run at. Torrent's gonna catch Innocence. But no X, no TP to reset, so I'm just gonna have to walk all the way back with his phase boots. So they TP'd the Shadow Demon bottom, and knowing that there's nothing to protect the Kunkka up top, so it's kind of the natural move to be making. POW still holding on to the mid lane. Careful, just farming his way through this third meta of the game. He's just popping off cooldown.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Alright, I like this. He does the good thing that carries should do in just directly handing the neutral item over to his room, not just TPing it back to base.
Right, it was in the neighborhood, so that makes sense.
It does, but it's...
Yeah.
Tell that to my cause, you know.
Surprisingly uncommon, yeah.
Dire's
I know
top
what you
tower
mean.
is under attack.
Okay, so let's Faith Beyond gone for. Is he also just going... Okay, so he's also got a Necrobook. Oh, lordy. So, 2 Necrobooks coming up in just a second for Ehome, and you have to imagine that this can be pressure following that up. So they're going to be pretty happy. Finds himself a nice little iron branch, finds a little mango tree, and the ironwood tree.
Speaking of iron talent being picked up by Yang here.
Well, Ori in a bit of a rough spot. Faithbeyond did not have the Roar available, a little bit short on the mana actually. So Ori gonna keep on fighting. This Necrobook a little bit low. DY now getting caught in the backline with the rotation through. Probably wondering what on earth is this Vengeful Spirit doing here, but it is some nice positioning from Innocence that will grab that kill.
Yeah, they're leaving the outpost unclaimed right now. Xinkyu to take it, yeah, so the bot side's already being claimed by the Dire side, wanting to make sure that they're not caught unawares. And
the Roar, they've got the vision. Kunkka, well, the Necrobook actually hidden the melee streak there for a little bit of extra damage. X back into the torrent, Yang with the follow-up stuff. DY needing to... Gonna get disrupted. They've got the board slowing down Ori. Xinkyu gonna try and burn him out. Dive through as well. The board still going to work. DY trying to shoot. Sylar finds him through line and does end up being killed for the Ursa. And over at mid, Rubik actually run down by an Arcane Rune Dazzle and this Vengeful Spirit who still doesn't have boots.
man, that is terrifying. 4-second Shadow Wave at level 9.
Radiant's bottom tower is
My
under
favorite
attack.
thing is how with the right amounts of CDR that like the tooltips start breaking because the numbers are too long. So everything starts getting like stacked on top of itself. Alright, they've got an X-Boat available. They do not have a Boat in Grave. Nothing to say, does have a haste. He gets Sun right back into the chain stun. He goes, and
Radiant's bottom
the end of
tower
him.
is
Nissan's trying to get those boots out of his backpack. He will be able to walk away. Up top, Yang getting gone on. Dragonite not looking all that tanky in the face of the Ursa. And Ehome unable to take this mid-tier 1 tower, but looks like the top tier 1 should be too much of a problem.
They've placed their mango tree out a little bit aggressively above the bottom tier 2 tower on the Radiant side. So,
Okay.
slowly slotting out. I mean, that's what's enabled Sylar to start rotating up towards this top side, right? He can just spam out those enchanted mangoes. He's already got the magic wand, so if there's any team fights, he's just going to be in fighting shape. And again, he's gone for this Battle Fury build. Perseverance picked up, so that he never really has to go back to base.
Yeah, the the mango tree feels so valued now, especially with a couple of the clarity nerfs that have come out. Like these cores like Gyrocopter and Ursa, where if they just have a little bit more mana, they can really increase their farm rate by a lot. This is in some danger. That Stolen Poison Touch has been annoying for him. Torrent not connect. Sylar wants to keep on running forward. They do have a Roar available. That's looking to connect over here. Just continuing to work down the tier 1 with the
Dire's
Necrobook.
middle tower
What
has
is
fallen.
Terrorblade going for? I mean, yours has decent farm, but just head for the Yasha so far. And they really need to get a tier 1 power. Take it straight into the hit. They've got a ton of revenge-taking potential. All the sustain from the Dazzle. Let's see how this is going to be brought down pretty easily.
Got complete good positioning here by Innocence, and there's no way that they're going to be interrupting this. Then Ursa with the Beastmaster, and he's just gone for the standard build, so 0-4-4, obviously not going directly up against this TB, so that's much more reality.
Bottom tower is under attack.
Do you think there's any world after he finishes up Necronomicon 3 that he would go for something as crazy as an Axe against a Terrorblade?
Oh, maybe.
Radiant's bottom tower has fallen.
I think he might get another item first. Like maybe he gets the
Solar Crest?
yeah, Solar Crest or Vlad's or something, some other team item before he considers going for it. Or you might even need some kind of item in there somewhere. Heroes does manage to take out the bottom tier 1 tower, so creating a little pocket of farm for himself. Needs his support to come and kind of double this down with maybe another ward somewhere. Not going to be that easy, especially as the Necrobook continues to get leveled up on the Beastmaster. Seems like they're just going to leave his at level 1 for the time being as he starts working his way towards the Guardian Greaves. Up top there, making a bit of a going flower. He's got the Aegis, so they could find a turnaround afterwards. He's also got the Enrage. Gonna get swapped over to the high ground. Nice to have an instant Siler. Not done with this fight, apparently. Just pops back in. All right. They now pop the supernova as they try for TP coming in from the Dazzle. Roar there as well. Yeah, looking like he might get caught by this egg stun. Or he's running forward.
Dazzle's here.
Fight going. He's got the X-Mark spot going out to be able to drag back in the Phoenix. Actually, they missed the timing, and now Kunkka doesn't have any spells available. Eurus doesn't have the mana for the Sunder either. He gets swapped back into the fight and just brought down. Man, weird coordination on both sides. Looking like, yeah, he might just run down here in the tree line. He gets hopped on top of, and, well, Ehome. They certainly know how to play this line.
That was a freshly popped Metamorphosis as well, which is the worst case scenario for Vichy Gaming. You know, as you were saying before, he's had an alright time. He's purchased up a couple of these early items, but I think go pear-shaped like that is an absolute disaster for him.
Quite the terrible play for 1v5 here.
Yeah, I mean, maybe if you had a few more ways to enable him, obviously you've got the Shadow Demon, which is nice, but it's not like you have the Beastmaster, it's not like you have the Dazzle on your side, just to increase that sustain in the team. Even Avenge on your team would be great.
Yeah, I can kind of see the argument with, like, there's just really high armor, but Ehome have burst, and they've got this maxed out Earth Shock, they've got the magical damage coming in from the Phoenix, so it's not necessarily that easy for the Terrapin to play. Maybe once it gets a couple more items, sure, but for now, still just kind of a standard hero, and behind the Dazzle and the Ursa in terms of farm, just because they've got so many towers taken down. They've gotten a huge influx of gold from that. Nothing to say. Looking like he should be alright. They've got a little bit. They've got a nice wall over here, spot in this rotation through the river.
Man, this aggressive item build from the Venge as well. He's got the Bracer just for that little bit of extra survivability, but building up into the phase boots on position 5.
Alright. I saw Innocence buy like a full Dominator on the position 5 Venge in this lineup previously.
I mean, it's not the worst, right? Because if you die, you can just still remain as that aura carrier.
Yeah, it's definitely quite nice. Shin Q pushing out bottom. Just holding on to the area for now, protecting the mango tree, and the pressure going up top. Does have the Blood Dagger keyed up as the next item. That's going to be the other big problem for this Terrorblade, is he gets jumped with a single stun. They don't really have that many. Well, at least they got the disruption to save them. That's the hope.
Yeah, they've taken the tier 2, still no glyph available. They're trying to make a go here onto Innocence, but the position 5, probably not the main one you want to go. He's still got that only one level in the Vengeance Aura, but still 40 or so seconds on this Aegis the Immortals, so Ehome, they're going to want to keep up the pressure.
Yeah, I think they're just going to take that as a signal to like, alright, time to push the tier 2 mid. Why not? They're hopping up towards the high ground. Getting a little bit isolated from his team. He's going to get disrupted up. Do they have any follow-up for him? Not really. And now he just finds PYW on the side of the fight. He's being Demonic Purge. 20 seconds to go on this Aegis. Looks like he's going to be just fine. Bottom, a couple of illusions pressuring in, but he's still lapping up all this experience and all the gold. Not letting the sure run down here. What is the plan? They do have a max on the Dazzle. Already gonna be pretty tough in these team fights with a lot of sustain. They need this. They need the Dragon Knight to catch the Dazzle first. I think that's the only way that this team fight works.
Yeah, I mean, what other forms of initiation do they really have? They got nothing. That early Blink Dagger is going to have to do something for him, and and how deep in Faith Beyond is as well. Just wanting to cut this wave, create as much chaos as possible. Going. He doesn't have an observer ward. I thought maybe he might go for a really deep one just to scout out a bit of additional movement. But just waiting until they show themselves on another area of the map. It's so rare that you would check this position.
Yeah, it's going to be so hard to find him. He might even just, wait and then pop out on the Hawk, clear a wave.
Dire structures are
Keep going
fortified.
after that. They are pressuring bottom at the same time.
Tower is under attack.
Tyler with his Battle Fury, just going to be going for the BKB next. And Iris, okay, so he's got the Manta now, at least. I don't think he wants to buy
Radiant's top tower
BKB.
is under attack. Dire's
It's not really going to help
tower
him that
is under
much,
attack.
right? There aren't actually very many things you're going to block with the BKB. I guess the Fire Spirits, but other than that, yeah, just going to keep up the Scotty now.
Well, a lot more survivability that he's just picked up for himself, finishing off Manta style, and he's got the People's Gift as well, so that's a lot more stats for him to be able to survive, as well as his illusions, you know, not able to just instantly be burst down and slowly damage the poison that he was dealing with it previously.
Radiant structures
The one thing that does kind of suck is that nobody on his team has Arcane Boots.
Faith Beyond?
Yeah, Faith Beyond. Going for the solo kill, you're go for the TP out. No interest in trying to help there, for good reason. All of Ehome are up here, looking to hold onto this tier 1 tower. Ichi instead gonna put some pressure onto mid, but this is full HP tier 1. Even with the Solar Crest, it'll take a little while to bring down, and so I'll just come in to defend. I worry about the TB just getting mana burned up by all these Necro books and not being able to get off the Sunder. Because I think to win the fight, he needs to get Sunder off. So...
Do we have the last Necro coming out to the Beastmaster yet? He's got plenty of money to be able to do it, and I think that purge is going to be serious value. Maybe forcing that BKB, the Manta out a little bit early on the Terrorblade.
Over at mid, Sounds are getting gone on, but not the easiest target, nothing to say, does still have the Grave. Here comes the healed. Looking for a little bit of a turnaround. Yang ultimate about to wear out. Ori is able to clear up that wave pretty quickly and getting quite tanky as now he works his way towards the Heaven's Halberd. He's also got this Essence Ring helping him out. Innocence is the target. Nothing to say, waiting behind him. Should be able to save him with the Grave, and now they can find the turnaround. They didn't kill the Venge, so she's got swaps. They're going to put down the Phoenix Sun as well. Just swap again. Onto Yang. And here comes the rest of the team. Another swap. DY in a little bit of danger. They are trying to turn around with the boat popping everything on this Terror Boat. He's got the auto attacks onto the Dazzle, but he gets run up. Here comes the roar. Where's the save for him? PYW with the stolen swap tries to give him the opportunity, but Sylar still chases him down. Double kill there for the Fuzzy Wuzzy. They look for one more onto Ori. Everyone's still looking plenty healthy. And, well, it just seems like Vici do not have the answers to this tried and tested Ehome lineup.
Yeah, I mean, it's not 18 minutes, but it's still a 10k net worth lead at 21 minutes into the game. They've even got a siege creep available for themselves. Any Solar Crest just yet? Not quite on Ehome's side, but still, this tower should melt. Even if they buy back and try and contest, we had a really quick Roshan respawn, only 10 seconds after the minimum timing.
I didn't want to fight with Terrorblade's buyback. He's got the meta, so really just nothing to do here. Just spam it out, do their best. This comes through. Yeah, he's trying some kind of a catch on the way back out. Silo should be ditched by a team that do have swaps, that do have Graves. Should be able to evacuate him. Nice two-man torrent. Boat also coming through. Nothing to say. Not getting the Grave off. They'll drop it onto Innocence now. Just going to try for a TP. Are they just going to let that happen? Looks like they do.
High priority target.
Go for the big target. They find nothing to say in the tree line. And that will be Yang finding a double kill. I mean, all right, so they don't get out completely cleanly.
Well, they're still chasing him down. 3 seconds left on the blink dagger. They might try and catch us a Q here.
Yep. Oh. He doesn't actually have just dive for a little bit. That's what you can do, is maybe run over to the cliff. Faith Beyond going to come in and look for the turnaround. PYW the first target. Here comes the Supernova. Ori's going to try and focus it down. Do they have it in time? Looks like they do. PYW not dead yet, but the Necrobook will finish him off, and now Faith Beyond trying to escape.
And Roshan
getting caught up by another Dragon Tail, and Vici straight into the Roshan pit. Is that what they want? Dude? Looks like it. Okay. Yeah, they're coming back over. Heroes, what are you doing? Just like thinking about this arcane room the whole time.
I think he wanted to make sure that it last. He had his meta back off cooldown, so just needed to wait that few extra seconds.
Gotcha. Okay, so buyback from the Phoenix. Vici just gonna bail out of the Roshan pit. I think even with the Solar Crest, that was gonna take them just a little bit too long. So instead, just gonna try and grab some farm across the map. We do have a BKB up for this Ursa. Well, now the Necro 3 being purchased up to 50 towers. Wall straight on in here. They do have a nice ward over on this high ground, so they spot Eurus running around a little bit. He does have his Metamorphosis back up once again. Unfortunately, they have to deal with midlane. So Yang's over there pressuring, trying to deal with these Necrobooks, keeping the lane forced in, and Roshan dropping a little bit low. They're going to send in DY to try for the steal. Perhaps Tyler popping the BKB. They can bring DY back defense. Spirit auto attack on, and it's a nice two-man torque followed up with the boat. Sylas not really finding anything just yet, and it's stumbled right down, and they get the lift onto the Dazzle. He's also
Innocence is still alive.
Fourth stab. Innocence living a little bit longer. Sylar gonna keep on fighting. He's actually got the Aegis and the so they can keep going for this. Eurus needs to get the Cinder off somewhere, but he gets roared before he can even cast it. Ehome just too much sustain. It takes them an hour to kill just the Dazzle, and Ori's had enough. GG call.
Man, these quick games, it just feels like complete outdrives from minute 0 that they're able to get. And well, it's a real testament to show like they have all of these key cooldowns that they needed to be able to contest that Roche, but they were just so scared. You know, it opened up a win condition for them. They had the Arcane Rune on the TB, so they could have popped the meta and tried to contest that. They had the Elder Dragon form available, but just the constant pressure coming towards that mid lane meant that it wasn't really a fit.
Radiant team ban.
Do not seem to have a handle on that draft. I don't know what they necessarily needed. Maybe they needed like some more deep push from their supports, or the Dragon Knight kind of ended up being a bit nothing. But sure, the Blink Dragon Tail was useful.
Yeah,
that only really started
remaining.
being effective after they already lost their mid lane frags.
5 seconds remaining.
I think you can't have your like 2 of your 3 cores with a massive a cooldown dependency on it. You know, you've got the Terrorblade already, and then the Dragon Knight. It's like it's looking a little bit rough. You know, you need to coordinate those really well together, and then it also just needs to actually result in a victory here. And well, there's a bit more of that aggression coming out again. The Dazzle.
All right, maybe Ehome are back on their bullshit as well. Maybe that's the maybe that's
a good game's a quick game.
Yeah. Okay, so Deuce a band. But I guess there is some
remaining.
Grimstroke synergy with the Dazzle. Get some big
5
multi
seconds remaining.
poison touch nonsense going on. But yeah, I really thought that they were going to be playing this a little bit more defensive, a little bit more team fight oriented. But with the Dazzle grabs, I don't think there is a really like a middle ground with this hero. I think if you're going to be playing core Dazzle, you really do just need to be running at the enemy team and exploiting his timings.
Yeah, I think this time around, though, considering the space that they picked it in, plus what's been banned out on Vici with the Beastmaster, you could very easily just toss it to Faith Beyond in that off lane. It gets a very
That's true.
does a very similar role, and sure, you're lacking the stuns, but that's what you've got the Earthshaker for with you.
Yeah, that's the nice thing about having the Shaker for, is it opens you up to have your Prophets, your Dazzles, that kind of stuff, as your position 3, which can certainly be very, if Vici are hoping to give Eurus a free game on some hard carry. Not going to be quite so easy face of this Dazzle pickup. The one thing where it could come back to bite them is if Vici just pick a pretty independent offlaner, like I'm in the sense, but something along those lines, then they could just like try lane the Dazzle, and the Dazzle is not going to survive getting snowballed on with the tag team.
This is true. I mean, what other heroes are there that you can bring out? You can't have something that, like we were saying before, is mega cooldown dependent. Abaddon's not terrible.
Radiant team pick.
I could see. Oh, okay, Venomancer. That's some reduction, very, but Dazzle also pretty good from the perspective that he just
Dire team
it's
pick.
not too scary. And oh boy, Ehome are really, they're not messing around, man. This is a brutal Lycan pick. Really.
Where's the D push? You know?
Yeah, there's like no D push, and there's no AoE control for the Lycan, for his summons. Man.
10 seconds remaining.
Ehome reminding everyone that this is still a pretty fast
5
meta.
seconds remaining.
Yeah, I don't think it'll get to that stage, but basically the only clear that they have right now is when the Tusk hits that level 15 and he goes for the snowball damage. You know, with that Ice Shards and the snowball combo, you can, but by that point I'm thinking that your tier 3s are well and truly getting knocked on.
They're reserve time too. If you gotta make some decisions here, bud. Oh, they just picked Terrorblade again.
All right, this is Ehome's.
Oh boy. I mean, like, Terrorblade is okay against Lycan. You know, people always talk about like the reflection interaction, and they do have the defensive supports this time around.
10 seconds.
I'm not feeling it.
No, I'm not feeling it either. I'm feeling them just getting run at and not being able to do anything about it, and just kind of getting kited. So what? Kunkka is the ban.
Yeah, I really like that ban coming through. Again, it's a solid early game mid laner. You're not too reliant on, excuse me, these big cooldowns, and so you can fight pretty consistently. Just it would become a 4 protect 1 draft, and really, what else is left for Vici to pick if they were going for that sort of style?
Yeah, I think if you're Vici, this is where you're like, hey, why don't we have a Meepo player? Like, why are we not able to just... Then they could have picked something other than the Terrorblade in this spot, and then like tried to last pick Meepo or something. Could have been all right, but
Terrorblade wants to farm
10 seconds remaining.
about Alchemist.
all right. So Vici just another early fighting hero with the Viper, but where's the catch? Where's the lockdown? What is gonna stop this Lycan from just tearing your face off?
Clumsy net coming through from the neutral items.
10 seconds remaining.
Get that Atos.
Get the get the Ags on the Terrorblade. Let's go. We need the fear.
First item Ags, you ready?
Yep. Rush it up. Okay, so for Ehome, like you're saying, Dazzle could still go offlane, so if they wanted to, they can still just grab kind of mid hero. Me with the Pugna. Let's do it. Give me the Pugnacious. Seems fine here. Really, there's.
I was about to say
God.
The thing that I was thinking, you know, what could a Viper really do against this Broodmother?
Oh my God, Ehome.
Offlane Broodmother as well.
Yeah. Oh my God.
Unless it's first hero and they want to.
Yeah, maybe he's thinking of it. Ugh. I think I just threw up in my mouth a little bit. This is like. Well, that explains why they banned the Conquer, right?
Yeah.
Yep. Just the most disgusting draft in the whole world from Ehome. I mean, Vici's pretty gross as well, Veno Viper, but
yeah. But how do you really clear against this Broodmother, right? You don't have any innate escape on a Viper. One of the slowest heroes in the game.
Everyone just dies to spiders this game. Like, there isn't. They actually just don't even have a single hero that can, like, go and hold a building against a big clump of spiders, right?
Yeah.
So, not to mention summons, not to mention Dazzle Necrobook. All it's gonna take is like you get fissured from range, and then all of these units just swarm you, and you're done for.
Yep. Absolute dead meat, and then, you know, the way that they will be have to clearing these waves is you need to commit quite heavily onto it, and if it gets to the point where Xingqiu has his Blink Dagger, that is just an easy team wipe through a big Echo Slam.
I'm also just thinking about the insane value of the heal bombs this game. Like we're saying, I don't have a way to clear all the summons and the spiders, and then you just put a Shadow Wave in there. I really think heroes are gonna get like one shot.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think here's what they gotta do. They gotta keep the Venge and the Tusk together, and I think they just have to roam from lane to lane using the only block, try and get kills. Like, I think that is literally the only hope.
Yeah, and they are putting nothing to say in this offlane on the Dazzle.
Okay, yeah,
Here.
Fian heading mid on the Broodmother.
Just going to be spamming out those Spiderlings with the Enchanted Mango to start out. 3 Enchanted Mangoes.
Well, we'll just have to, if this matchup is at all taught. Do we have a smoke? Do we have a smoke anywhere for Vici? I really think they like.
Nope.
We need ganks. We can't just sit in lanes if we are. Don't have any hope here for Vici.
They need to take some sort of early map control. But how? That's the IG how. That's the question.
Yep. Well,
Plague our enemies.
what's going on here? Do I running forward at mid?
Just mirror is Broodmother's model, even bigger with this cosmetic.
Yeah, the legs seem huge, and then you see Broodmother with like a Bloodlust and a BKB as well, and she just takes up the whole screen.
The battle begins.
It's ridiculous.
All right, Innocence, what does that mean? What does 27-7-24 mean?
Oh yeah, what's that about?
Maybe it's a record in a past game.
Yeah.
KDA.
Maybe.
The words after it mean too strong, so... Just talking about this Broodmother, last time Faith Beyond played it.
Maybe. Who knows? Strike fear into the hearts of your opponents. Yours gets a decent block here at mid. Creep Wave gets Fissure blocked, so it's going to end up immediately under the tower. Going to bounce out and probably for Origin Key with the boots, just running down DY currently. This is kind of what they want. I think they want more the chase with the Dazzle and the Shaker. Jinky, is he thinking about dragging any waves? He could have gone for that second one, but I think content with maybe blocking a camp here instead.
Yeah, that's what you want. You want to be able to swarm over these towers nice and early. It's this mid TB is going to try and make stuff happen again, and doing a decent job at harassing out Faith Beyond here, but as soon as he hits that level 2, he's going to be able to spawn Spiderlings from a decent range.
Yeah, and as soon as he gets the Spiderling clump, the lane gets very hard. I think they really bristle back or something this game, just
something to
any
be able
hero
to
like park, yeah, against deal with all these summons. It's happening at bottom. It's getting pressured pretty heavily. This is a triple range creep heading towards the tower, so that's where all the experience is waiting for Yang and PYW. Is PYW actually going to dodge? I think he should get level 2, but he seems to be dodging experience for now. Just going to give it all over to Yang. Who even, man, using a Gale CS like that's dedication right there.
It's grasping is what it is. He's like, just give me anything.
Top. The tree lane seems to be doing alright. DY in the tree line needing to be a little bit careful. Jinky does have this Fissure available, but nothing to say. Not coming over to help out. Ends up being a couple of hits traded. POW has this tag team skilled up, but I really don't think they've found much of an opportunity to use it just yet. And the Spiderling clump has already activated at mid lane. Faith Beyond with the level 3 hero just trying to stay off.
Going in onto Innocence here. He's taking a fair bit of damage, and oh, the deny!
Oh, that's done.
Bottom tower is under attack.
Oh, that's actually so nasty. And at the same time they were going on DY at top, he actually just TP'd over. He TP'd from here to here just to get back to the tower, and now salving back up. TPs are forced out of the lane. This is gonna be like a 6-minute tower or something. Maybe even faster. Your brother's just gonna completely take over.
What can you do with this poor TB, really? Like, he's forced to start to move back towards these neutral camps. He's got his meta back off cooldown, and yeah, just having to use it to take down gods in his family.
You gotta do whatever you can here just to farm. You're not winning this lane. And eventually I think this is gonna become Broodmother's territory. So you better farm it while you can.
She's already going.
Coming over. Yeah, Faith Beyond's like, hey, what are you doing over here?
This is my house.
Farming some creeps. Yeah. Where do you think you're going? And yeah, the Spiderling army is just chasing after yours. Oh god. Where can he go? Oh, what's happening at top? Is Ori dead? Yes, one punch. With that deny at bottom, it does mean that Jinpyu gets the first blood gold up top. Already getting the
Sylar, he's in a little bit of trouble here on the bottom side, and
okay, nice. 2 points scale, run him down.
Gale, tag team, snowball, getting it done. Even the Inkswell's increased movement speed, not enough to counter that Venom. Talking about that one punch as well, that is the one thing that Vici have on their side, the power of anime, with a few of these profile pictures. Really,
what do we got?
Supporting it a little bit. You got Guru from One Punch Man. Eurus is playing him, so we'll see if that can carry him. I think he's starting to leech up a bit of this neutral farm here. Deny is doing a little bit of work, but not too much. DY trying for that really deep ward. So it's nice and defensive, catch out any sort of double waves that they might be trying to pull through here on Xinq side.
Q just looking to
Dyer's
control the
middle tower
bounties
is
for
under
now.
attack.
It seems like POW can get both of them at bottom. Yeah, Faith Beyond already making very quick work of this tower at the mid lane. It seems like for the time being they are just not, they're not going to be committing any resources whatsoever to stopping the Broodmother.
Dyer's structures
Terriblade's
are
just going to be
fortified.
jungling where he can, and there's no one that can stop him, right? So they just have to let Brood have all the territory she wants. There's no killing her this game. Tag team. As long as the Gale Sylar can get the deny this time around. Not gonna happen. Sylar also getting slowed down. Looks like he could survive. Xinq now with the rotation. You got the Fisher available. Locks in Yang. The Centaur getting involved as well. Actually gonna stop Xinq from pacing. Does get one more stun up, but PYW looking for a little bit of a turn. He's got the tag team. Xinq still pretty fast. Does have the enchant totem in a second. Sylar just trying to close the gap, but too slow against the poison touch. Nice nuke from Innocent C respawns. And now they've got the wolf with the Inkswell to finish off the double kill. All right, in the end, they still get decent turnaround there. Oh, look at Beyond. He's just like, hey, Eurus, where are you farming, bud? Oh, these are some nice creeps over here. They're mine. These creeps, they're also mine.
This double damage room, which I'm going to spot pretty soon, also mine.
Yep. Mine.
Finding Nemo right here.
Except instead of seagulls, it's spiders.
Yes.
It's a much more terrifying version of the movie.
Can you imagine that? Like, if instead of, you know, a cute little clownfish, it's just spiders.
All spiders.
Dyer's top tower is under
I mean,
attack.
look, it is in Australia. I think it would be pretty accurate, but anyway, yeah. Everybody just run away from the Broodmother. Nobody go anywhere near her. Just let her do her thing. Let her take the farm.
And then hope our towers don't melt eventually.
Yeah. No, the Venom's getting some alright farm. Viper's kind of getting run out up top here, and Fisher blocked in a little bit. Just gonna have to fight to the death, perhaps. But trying for the TP out. What? Hello?
Radiant's bottom tower is
Xinq?
Don't know about that one.
Yeah.
Maybe just wanting to be as far out of the nether toxin as he can, and
Maybe he thought he was just gonna. But there's no corrosive skin, right? So it's not like hitting him again was gonna cause him to take more damage.
I don't know, just a misplay. It happens. These guys.
Yeah. They let him get out. Showed some mercy. Brood already farming ancients.
Radiant's bottom tower
Michi making
is
kind of an
under attack.
attempt. Bottom tier 1 tower. Would be nice if they could claim a little bit of map control down here and give Eurus some alternative space to farm that isn't being completely controlled by Broodmother. Sylar's already got the Dominator though, and he's got the Shapeshift available. Shapeshift getting popped. They're gonna come running in, looking for Yang first. Can they get the hoop stomp? No! Nice ice shards! And Sylar just gonna have to take a second, backing off. He stepped up to the Brood a bit, and here comes the Inkswell. Nice snowball, but that's gonna drag
Drags him under the tower.
Oh, no, that's not where they want to be. How did that get brought down by Eurus? Yang, well, next to fall, nothing to say comes TPing in. PYW blocks himself in with the shards. Gonna go looking for the TP out. Do they have anything to interrupt this? No. So, Tusk with the double bracer does survive. But we're already starting to see some of the problems with the lineup, right? Like it kind of messes up, but he's able to run right into the middle of the enemy team and then just zoom straight back out because who's gonna stop him?
Yeah, I mean, you can just see on the net worth charts, it's clear that the Broodmother just took clear advantage of that lane. You know, once you've got that Metamorphosis off cooldown, you can't really do too much against this. You have one unit going up against about 20.
Oh, Eurus is getting run at. Fisher, nothing to stay close in the gap, but okay, no more lockdown, so be able to walk this one off.
It's so annoying just having the poison touch constantly refreshed just by the necro units.
Yeah, it's a pretty nice interaction for the
can just see here how fearless Faith_Beyond is. You know, he's right inside the middle of 3 dire heroes, and he doesn't care. He's just able to farm up nice and easily. He's going to be scouted out here by the TB Illusion, but tell that, well, unlike spiders, they're a lot more afraid of him than he is them.
Yeah. Oh, this is getting going on. Ori trying to find a little bit of a play here, but gets swapped back. DYW also running through. He will get the deny on the bounty at the very least. So Innocence gets something there, and Yang farming a little bit too close to the Brood Mother is going to get brought down. Way things go, and now Faith_Beyond finding another potential target. DYW, those ice shards are not going to help you, my friend. The snowball, alright. Buys him a few more seconds before it gets added to the Brood. Faith_Beyond's like, oh, DY, you're a target now instead. I'm gonna run forward. Metamorphosis is getting popped, but Jinky was there for the turnaround. The defensive snowball gonna buy him, well, a few more seconds at least, but double kill for Faith_Beyond. He's got the defuse, so he can keep on running forward. Slow down onto the Terra play. They're gonna pop the poison nova. Faith_Beyond needs to run out of this one. But looking like he should, actually, he might not be okay. Oh, salve him. Is he just dead? He's dead. All right, overcommitted a little bit there, and that's some nice gold for Yang.
Yeah, the value, the TB Illusion doing a lot of work. It was sitting on about 100 HP for the longest time, just freely right-clicking during that team fight. So some decent play. You know, you gotta spend deaths to make deaths. I don't know what the best analogy is for that, but value that you get.
They're smoked up. Jinju running in. Eurus nowhere to hide. Oh, there's so much change. Good measure? No, they're just finish it off with the Fissure.
No need. Did he just get the the tome delivered to him? Because he was level 5 at that previous fight around the tier 1 mid tower.
Yeah, I might have. Oh, now Ori's trying to hold top. But what is this Viper build? 4-4-0-0. No point in the Viper strike.
Yeah, I guess it's just delay as long as you can. Try and make the Broodmother fall off a little bit once your TB gets a bit more farm.
Tower is under attack.
I agree, though. I think 1 point
like,
would be nice.
Yeah. A little weird. Maybe he just doesn't feel like he has the mana to sustain the Viper strike at this point. Spam and the Nether Toxin. They're all kind of running mid, but this is such a typical Broodmother game. You're like trying to walk over the webs, but you have to stay together. Lycan's also just been farming the entire time. Faith_Beyond building up the Brood. Eurus desperately trying to find some little corner of this map that hasn't been occupied by Ehome.
W kind of getting scouted out a little bit here. Real aggressive vision on Ehome's side, but essentially got complete understanding of the rest of the map that they have to be in this tri-camp area on Vici Gaming's side.
Just trying to dangle the Viper is a little bit of bait. Got both supports here with the stuns, so if Faith_Beyond does overextend, maybe there's a possibility of bringing him down. There's a lot of just this game. Yang's got this feels so bad. You've got the full vessel, but no charges. Even be a little bit too far out. Yeah, Faith_Beyond definitely deciding that it is. They run forward, they get the silence. He does get the poison nova off, but Faith_Beyond going to be just fine, and that be quickly getting canceled. They're really hoping that someone takes this Viper bait at mid, but Ehome not interested at all.
Yeah, Puppy Insatiable Hunger as well, so even though you have that Poison Sting debuff on you, as well as the Poison Nova, be doing all too much. The Smoke is going to run into him here, and they've spotted him out.
And Faith_Beyond just goes over the cliff.
That's not how you want to spend your first Viper Strike onto an Illusion.
Oh, and here comes the Spiders, here comes the Necros. Slow down onto PYW. Can they help him out? DY's got to swap. They get out of the webs. That's the important thing. So he's going to be okay.
Gaben is smiling on them as well. The DD spawning on the top side. As soon as this tier 2 tower goes down, the top side of the map, that's where they want to be fighting. It opens up the Roshan potential and start really pressuring towards that high ground. I mean, what's this like? Getting close to that Necro
here. Is it going to be fast enough? Oh, just barely. He only just survived.
Necro 1 onto our Lycan. So it's not even just this Broodmother that you have to worry about right now. Top 3 heroes on the net worth, which is understandable considering the towers that you've been able to take on the map are all stemming from Ehome's end.
Yep. I mean, they've just got so much space to farm, right? All 3 of their cores are just soaking up farm everywhere. Silar's been taking the Radiant jungle, Nothing to Say taking half of the Dire jungle, Faith Beyond taking the other half. It's,
oh, they swap it Sylar.
They swap Sylar, but, yeah, that's a quick kill.
A little bit deep here.
They've got the ensnare.
Bit of trouble if he gets caught out.
It's kind of troublesome for Yang. Yeah, here comes the ensnare. Here comes the spiders. They don't want to fully commit onto the Venomancer. They see the Terrorblade in the area, and still having to respect his damage potential a little bit. He's now getting gone on. Not quite able to run away with the snowball. Tries with the Soulbind to run away, but he gets brought down. But that double damage that you were talking about is still over by the pit, and this should be a pretty quick one.
Especially with the Solar Crest as well. Roche is going to melt.
Pretty nasty. Jinkyu's got a blink, so if they even come and try and take the fight, they've got a ward on the high ground, they've got a blink shaker, and Roche, I think, it's a matter of seconds to bring down. What is Faith Beyond going for next? Oh, they came over into Bird's territory. Snowball gonna buy POW a little bit of time. Ori also coming over with the damage. Faith Beyond getting slowed down pretty heavily, but does escape up onto the cliff. So he's fine at the net. Ori trying for the TP, but the Inkswell interrupting that. D1 the defensive swap, but still the stun on the Viper. Will he be able to escape? No. Jinkyu makes sure of that. Getting the double stun. 3 dead so far. He gets the Poison Nova out, but Nothing to Say it's going to have the sustain for the team, and they just keep on trucking.
The thing with this poor Tusk, you feel like he's played it pretty well with PYW, but those Ice Shards, you know, they try and block that Broodmother out, at least get the Aegis reclaimed, but it's a Broodmother. You can just walk up on the cliff and not have a care in the world.
Yep. Faith Beyond now just working on an Ags. Eurus is trying with some illusions to put a little bit of pressure on bottom, but he's got no ward to play around. They don't even have this outpost, so he really doesn't have a foothold to work with down here.
And you can tell he wants to go the Manta style again, but he's really forced into this BKB just so that they can fight, because unless they get a favorable outcome in these next couple of team fights, it's just going to be all over. Seems like it's been the story of this series, you know, 17 to 20 minutes, 10k net worth lead on one team.
You get the shards onto the Grimstroke, so once again this can be brought down. Yeah, he desperately needs the BKB, seeing the Blink Dagger on the Shaker, right? There's just no way.
Top tower is under attack.
The way that this game could go, I really think that Jinkyu could only focus on putting damage on the Terrorblade, and they would be fine. Just using the disables on him. Nobody else really poses that much of a threat. Sylar does have the shapeshift ready. Looking to see if anyone pokes their nose a little bit too far forward at bottom.
So how do you feel about I'm just going to say 18.5 minute Diffusal Blade, Power Treads, Soul Ring, Medallion, Aghanim Scepter on a Broodmother? Because that's what's going to happen.
Broodmother player, pretty darn good. If I'm against the Brood, I'm thinking about next game if this is a pub or anything, because yeah, I don't know how they deal with it. Faith Beyond could either just go BKB next, and then what do they do about him, right? You can walk through everything.
Pray.
Yeah.
I mean,
hope that you somehow get like a Walrus Punch on him right as the Terrorblade is like bopping him with his main hero and 3 illusions. Snowball, POW, a little bit of damage, but here comes the chain stun. Yang also running forward, does get the get onto 1, but here comes the swarm. Sylar hunts him down. You know, Faith Beyond doesn't want to feel left out, find the kill of his own at the same time. And he is just charging up mid. Ori already half HP, getting chased down. Here comes the spiders. Oh, they just can't do anything about it. The spiders are going to finish him off. They've got the big nuke. Eurus with the thunder, saving him at the last second. But he's still being slowed up. Everything is inside of their base. They're trying to hold. Lift's going to come out. Ehome reset for a second. They do have all the respawns on the side of YouTube.
look at him. He's
Where
moving
can we
around
go?
at 608 movement speed as well on this Broodmother. Got no more maximum, cap on his movement speed, and I mean, as soon as he picked it up, he just spit about 3 different webs onto the map.
Yeah,
He's
and he's got the Aegis as well, so he's just running straight into them now. Gets slowed down a little bit.
Shaker.
And they help him out. This time available. They got to be careful of their positioning. Defensive swap attempted. The Spiders are still chasing. It's 1 down so far. Faith just going to look for a little bit more. Is even going to lose the Aegis. They've got a grave for him. Oh, well, I've got a grave for Vici as well. I think they might.
We got a grave feeling about this one.
Yep.
Able to hold on to that echo as well, so even when these guys come back up in the next 20 seconds, I mean, it's not like you have to pop a shapeshift on this Broodmother. You're just always this power level, at least for the next 10 minutes.
Well, Ehome, laner axe, Vici, all that they can really do is watch. They still got a 2 top. Maybe they're trying for 1 more fight. Maybe they can get this BKB in the Fairblade and make something of it. But...
I mean, Aegis is gone in 10 seconds, so a little bit of a timing, but you're going to have the shapeshift up again, so... And Silo's going to have his level 15 available too. Going for that cooldown reduction, just wanting to be able to spam out that Necro, spam out the Howl as well, really effective with the Broodmother, just makes his spiders even more deadly.
I've even seen Lycans prioritize Cooking Charm over like any other neutral item, just because of how important it is to have your spells, especially the shapeshift. Right? Without it, you're not really a hero. So. Oh, Yang couldn't even TP out.
The Yang Gang is no more, and well, this tier 2 tower looking in a very similar state. You've got the siege creep there. Don't really want to pop the glyph on that, even though they don't have it for another 2 minutes or seconds.
DYW, can you help him? Oh, the snowball is getting. Please get in my snowball. They don't want to run over and pop the soulbind though. Oh, the swap. Nice little ice shards, but Salo doesn't care. He's still chasing. Make a kill for him. DYW gets the TP out. DY is not going to happen. And oh, TV wants to fight. He's going to muscle down Shinkyu, but this is all of his cooldowns. And Ehome is still thinking about going for him. All right, now he goes for the TP out because Faith Beyond is just taking their racks at top.
And he's just being chased up here with DIW.
So they have the chains done here. And this is what they needed. Faith Beyond still living. Actually, it looks like he is going to be brought down here. Still chasing with the auto attacks. He finishes it off.
Okay.
All right.
Gives him something. Didn't continue to stay up there, and he got a little bit greedy. Could have easily taken that tier 3 tower, opened up a bit more of the map, but
yeah.
I think he can be forgiven for being a little cocky.
Yeah, I think at this point they're just, they're picturing this game is pretty much over. I mean, Terrorblade
98% win rate.
Yeah. Well, 100 seconds on meta, right? And only 50 seconds on Broodmother, so...
Yeah.
You do the math, there's a pretty big window here for... if they want to, they could take another Aegis and... keep on going. I don't really think there's any item progression happening on the side of Vici. They are just so trapped inside of their base. Everywhere is just covered in webs. There is nowhere to go. Maybe they can escape out through the bottom lane. They've got a little tunnel here, but other than that, it's all spider territory.
Sounds like a weekend in my grandma's backyard, basically. It's just everywhere you look, there's spider webs.
So what's yours going for next? He just wants a butterfly.
Oh,
you're running up on him here. They've also got this wolf with the ink swell. Kiro's gonna get down. He's got the BKB, but he's already lost a lot of life. BKB gets the Sunder off. Salar getting chased around a little bit, but it sucks to have to use BKB like that. This window getting extended a little bit more. Though the shapeshifters aren't cooldown for 70.
He should be okay. His metamorphosis is down for a bit. Seconds at the time.
Yang's just hiding in trees and spamming plague wards at top. Just try and push things out a little bit. There's a small bit of vision that they had on the map gonna get dewarded. They still have another ward of Tom Pit. Hero's gonna get prodded. Faith Beyond, I think, just wanting to push in mid so that he can head top. A little more damage to this tier 3 tower with the fighter armor that he's got built up. Necrobook pushing over there. The BKB now getting delivered. And really no rush for Ehome. 21k lead now.
Faith Beyond, is he just like...
We'll check it out in a sec. They're smoked out on Vici. Trying to make something happen. What is the plan? Alright, smoke's broken. They don't land anything on the Jinkyu. He comes back. So that's going to be on cooldown for a little bit. Yang getting isolated. Ori just getting melted. Double kill already for Faith Beyond. And with the BKB, he's just so big. Oh, he is freaking out. Alright, GG call. They tried. Euros to try and go toe-to-toe, but what can he do? Here comes Trey. GG's being called at least as Ancient explodes before he does.
Oh, when you try your best, don't succeed.
Yep. Stuck in reverse.
The Broodmother was neither what they wanted or what they needed if you were Vici Gaming and you needed that win to put yourself in that top 4 contention.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Choose gold given. You have been denied.
No.
Dire's middle tower is under attack. Dire's structures are fortified. Dire's middle tower is under attack. Dire's middle tower is under attack. Dire's structures are fortified. Dire's middle tower is under attack. Dire's middle tower is under attack. Dire's structures are fortified. Dire's middle tower is under attack. Dire's middle tower is under attack. Dire's middle tower. Dire's structures are fortified. Radiant's bottom tower is under attack. Dire's top tower is under attack. Dire's middle tower is under attack. Dire's middle tower is under attack. Dire's bottom tower is under attack. Dire's bottom tower is under attack. Radiant's middle tower is under attack. Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Used to see. What a bounty! I hope it was worth it.
Treasures. This will do nicely. For my coffers.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack. has fallen. Radiant's middle tower is under attack. Radiant structures are fortified. Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
You're not fit to fight in my war. Bonded, you and I. Perfect! Of course. My life fade from memory. They got a bargain when they hired me.
That should help. Treasures.
What a bounty!
Dire's bottom tower is under attack. Dire's bottom
Fails me.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack. Radiant's courier has been killed. Radiant's middle tower is under attack. Radiant's middle tower is under attack. Radiant's middle tower has fallen. Radiant's middle barracks are under attack. Radiant's middle barracks have fallen. Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
This one's for the dead. Never refuse gold given.
Thank you, my beauties.
Radiant's top tower is under attack. Radiant's top tower has fallen.
From blaze to inferno.
Radiant's top tower is under attack. Radiant's top tower has fallen. Dire's courier has been killed.
You vicious clowns.
Let death become peace.